Hello friends, in the third semester of electrical engineering, we are going to discuss the subject electrical power generation. First we are going to discuss why this subject is added in the curriculum of Diploma Electrical Engineering. As all of you knows that electrical power plays a significant role in the development of industries and agriculture. This course therefore deals in detail about generation of electrical power using conventional as well as non-conventional sources of energy. In conventional sources of energy, we are going to discuss thermal, hydro, nuclear, diesel, and gas. Under non-conventional sources, we are going to discuss solar power generation, wind power generation, tidal power generation, and biogas power generation. These types of power plants need highly skilled technicians who are capable of operating various control equipment to supply uninterrupted power. This course attempts to develop the basic cognitive skill required to take appropriate decision to maintain the various generating and auxiliary equipment of power plant and also aid for further studies in transmission, distribution, utilization and protection of power system for smooth and steady operation. What are the course outcome expected after completion of this curriculum? After completion of the curriculum, the student should be able to maintain the optimized working of thermal power plant, should be able to maintain the optimized working of large and micro hydro power plant, should be able to maintain the optimized working of solar, biogas based power plant, and maintain the optimized working of wind power plant. Also, he or she should be able to select the adequate mix of power generation based on the economics operation. Now, why you are going to prefer the electrical energy? In nature, there are so many energies available. Why we are going to just concentrate more on the electrical energy that we are going to discuss over here. The first thing is electrical energy is easily converted into other form of energy. So it is convenient form. For example, if you are going to consider electrical energy is easily converted into light energy. In your home, you are using various types of lamps which will convert electrical energy into light energy. Electrical energy is easily converted into heat energy. In the geyser heater, your electrical energy is converted to heat energy which can be used for increasing the temperature of water. Electrical energy is easily converted into chemical energy. You are using cell phone. In cell phone there is a battery. We are using the electrical energy to charge those battery. So in the battery the electrical energy is converted into chemical energy, and when you are on the go at that time you are going to use the battery power which is converting the chemical energy into electrical energy. Electrical energy is also converted into mechanical energy. We are using motors. The motors will convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. So the conversion of electrical energy into other form of energy is simple. That's why you're going to prefer the electrical energy. Second thing is easy control. I can easily control the amount of electric energy. You can take the example. If I want to control the speed of the fan, what are you going to do? We'll just go near the regulator, switch the knob of regulator, and the speed of the fan will change. So control of electrical energy is easy. Third thing, it is clean source of energy. If you are going to compare to other form of energy, suppose if I want to increase the temperature of water, I have one option. My first option is that I can burn the coal or wood to increase the temperature of water, but in that case that produces ash as well as emits certain gases, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and that result into the pollution. But if I'm going to use the geyser, so inside the geyser or heater the electrical energy is converted to heat energy and the temperature of water will increases, but it does not causes any pollution as well as it does not produce any ash or something. So it is a clean source of energy. When you're going to compare with the cost of running equipment or devices with the electrical energy is comparatively less as compared to running the devices on other sources of energy. As an example, if you are going to use a car or electric bike, the per unit cost of running the electric bike is comparatively very less if you are going to run the same bike on the petrol or diesel. Electrical energy has high transmission efficiency. We can transport the electrical energy over the distance of thousands of kilometers, and the cost of transportation is comparatively less if you are going to transfer the same quantity of other form of energy over that much distance. So these are some benefits. That's why all over the world we are going to use the electrical energy. Now in the curriculum of electric power generations, this curriculum is divided into 5 units. In the first units, we are going to discuss thermal power plant. In the first unit, we are going to discuss the working of coal-based power plant, diesel power plant, nuclear power plant, and gas-based power plant. Then we are going to study in the second unit hydropower plant, the working of hydropower plant, energy conversion process in the hydropower plant, and what are the precautions which need to be taken care while dealing with the hydropower plant. In the third unit, we are going to study the unconventional sources of energy such as solar and biomass based power plant. In the fourth chapter, we are going to study the wind power plant. And in the last chapter, we are going to discuss the economics of power generation and interconnected power system. Now this is very important as the energy generated from various sources such as thermal power plant, hydropower plant, solar, biomass, wind. The cost of generation of electricity is different. In thermal power plant, we are using raw material as a coal. In diesel power plant, we are using diesel. In hydropower plant, we are going to use water. In solar and biomass, we are going to use sun radiations. And in case of biomass, we are going to use the agriculture waste, animal dung, and all these things. And in case of wind, we are going to use the energy of the wind. So for the thermal power plant, the per unit cost is comparatively high as compared to solar non-conventional sources of energy. So we need to properly select the generation mix so that the user will get the electricity at reasonable cost. And then we are going to discuss the interconnected power system. Now this interconnected power system will form the grid that we are going to discuss in detail in the chapter number 5. So next we are going to discuss on the thermal power plant, in which we are going to focus on coal-based power plant and the working of coal-based power plant in the next lecture.